I'm Avery Mann, and you're going to go behind the scenes with America's Most Wanted.
If you want to look at all of it, go to our website, aw.com.
Tell us what you do here and tell us what goes on in the control room.
This is kind of like the central point where I can keep tabs on everything that's going on.
What are all these buttons for over here?
There's a lot of stuff here. These are actually our intercom system here. I can talk to John in his ear. We call it an IFB. It stands for interruptible feedback if you ever care about the acronym. I have what's called a studio announce, so I can hit this with my headset and I can talk like the voice of God to everybody out there at one time.
Miles, this is God. Quit texting and get back to work.
I want to give you a tour of the VIP room. Miles is one of the guys responsible for making it look great. We have some wonderful edible arrangements here. It's an arrangement and it's edible. Very important people are going to be eating some very important food and discussing some very important matters. Ben. Ben is not allowed to enjoy his food yet.
We're gonna do that.
Come, let's shoot Steve Katz. Let's see your camera work.
Let's do that. I'm gonna grab my camera. So this way.
So Steve and I just got back from Los Angeles where we were shooting. You and John Walsh visited some of the other shows on Fox.
We went into the set of Bones just to watch how they operate. In Hollywood, they specialize. I mean, the guy who picks up the clamps on the floor isn't the guy who touches the light bulbs. The people who do the hair don't touch the makeup. So it's very, very specialized. We have a small band of jacks of all trades because we're a lot more tight-knit than they are out there.
We just went through and we saw all the great food for all the VIPs.
Yeah, fancy cut up vegetables and big display of fruit. Wonderful.
But those are for people we'll probably never ever see again.
Yeah.
So you must have an incredible spread for all the people we work with day in and day out. And
yeah,
you want to keep them happy. So what's the really... Hold on a second. This is...
There's some kosher leftover sausage there. It's quite greasy. Some greasy potatoes.
Wow,
That's
you could really
wonderful.
stay awake with an empty pot of
Yeah,
coffee
burning on the
or a
side.
half a pot of decaffeinated.
We talk a lot with the folks in LA about how MW fits in with the Fox family, and they're very excited by our plans to improve the quality of the stories that we're telling on the show, because we want people to watch, because if they watch, they're going to spot the bad guys.
You know, John, a few weeks ago on our season premiere, you sat down with a very brave young woman who almost had her life ended when she was a young child. I know from that original broadcast on the season premiere that we got 3 independent tips with 3 different theories that police are following up on. Do you think there's a chance that the man who attacked Jennifer Schuett will be caught?
I hope and pray. 20 years ago, he kidnapped Jennifer Schuett when she was 8 years old, kidnapped her right out of her bed, slit her throat with the intention of killing her. I mean, cut her windpipe, her larynx. This girl is probably one of the bravest women I've ever met in my life. She got her ability to speak back. She's grown up wanting justice for years, and now it's come to light that there was the murder of another young girl with her throat slit, not too far from that case, 20 plus years ago. So I think they're linked. I think this is a guy that raped and abducted 2 little girls, one of which he killed, one of which he tried to kill. And I am really praying it breaks this case. After meeting this girl and being humbled, this woman, she's 28 years old now, and being humbled by her courage, her dignity, her desire to help other people that have been crime victims, I'll tell you what, I'd love to catch that son of a bee.
Well, being a crime victim yourself, and you spent so much time with Jennifer, were you surprised at how well adjusted she is after all these years of wondering and wanting to catch the guy that did that to her?
I think she's really a role model for victims all over the country. Not every story am I engaged in personally. I'm the father of a murdered child. This little girl was almost murdered by a low-life creep that raped her and left her in a Texas field to die. I mean, it really touched me deeply, and I really hope that the power of this show can get this girl some justice after all these years and really catch that coward bastard and make sure he pays for it.
I'm Avery Mann, and this has been your Insider's Look at America's Most Wanted.